Whether you're considering moving to the Colorado Springs area or already live in the area of Colorado Springs, I'm going to cover today 12 things that are cool to do and fun to check out in the Colorado Springs area that you may not know about because you don't know what you don't know, so let's check them out. Connect with people just like you every day to help them discover where to live and invest in real estate and sell property for top dollar when the time is just right for them. My name is Leif Jacobson. I'm an ex-cop turned realtor, also known as Safe Leif. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe so you're first to learn about Colorado real estate. My contact information is below. I'm excited to hear from you. Reach out by text, call, or email after this video, and I would love to interact with you. Or you can book a calendar item and I'll reach out to you, whatever works best. So today, the first thing of the 12 that we're talking about as far as cool stuff to check out in Colorado Springs is Garden of the Gods. This is a world-class natural marvel that boasts magnificent red rock formations that appear as though they're sculpted by the deities, by the gods. That's why it's called Garden of the Gods. These sandstone pillars are the result of geological processes and erosion spanning global history. The history of this park is really super interesting. There's a visitor and nature center that includes informative displays and daily presentations about the formations and the park's ecology. There's a couple different exploration options. You can explore it independently on foot or by bike. There are guided tours that you can pay for as well that can be booked through the visitor center. There's various other tours. Park collaborates with tour companies. You can do Adventure Out West that offers Jeep, trolley, and Segway tours. Amped Up Adventures offers guided and electrical bike tours. Academy Riding Stables offers guided horseback tours and an authentic Wild West experience. The tour prices vary, so you want to look up each of those if you're interested in something like that. There's accessibility. There's paved trails for people in wheelchairs or people with mobility issues. So there's paved trails that make it accessible to strollers and various other types of apparatuses for getting around, so you don't need to be able to walk or bike or use other apparatus. So try to make it accessible to everybody. Best times to visit are to avoid the heavy crowds by arriving early in the morning, especially on the weekends. There's no question it's packed. The property was sold to Colorado Springs years ago, and actually the previous owners of the property said, hey, we'll sell this to Colorado Springs, but here's the deal. It's going to be free indefinitely, and you can never charge to have people visit this park, which is really, really wonderful. A lot of parks like this have expensive entrance fees, so it was really a neat caveat that the Springs bought it with the caveat that they would never charge to visit it. So it's super, super cool attraction in Colorado Springs. It's approximately 6 miles northwest of central Colorado Springs, or kind of downtown Colorado Springs. The hours are, it's open 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. from November 1st to April 30th, and it extends to 10 p.m. from May 1st to October 31st. The visitor and nature center's hours are 9 to 5 and 9 to 6 between Memorial Day and Labor Day. The second thing we'll cover is the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum, which is newly constructed over the last few years. It just opened in 2020. It's a 60,000 square foot facility that showcases Olympic and Paralympic history with 12 galleries and interactive displays. It's a super cool facility, pretty much state of the art. It's got inclusive design. It's known for inclusivity. There's all sorts of variation and kind of visual interest to this facility. Once you see pictures that I'm showing you, you'll know what I'm talking about. The guests start their journey on the 3rd floor via an elevator and navigate galleries through a spiral ramped pathway that kind of takes you on an experience and a journey. Accessibility services, it's also accessible. There's audio descriptions and closed captioning are personalized for the exhibit, and there's sensory bags, including noise-canceling headphones and fidget toys available, so you can experience it in all of your senses. There's an impressive collection. Visitors are impressed with the vast collection of Olympic artifacts and memorabilia. There's interactive exhibits, fun, stimulating exhibits such as racing against track star Jesse Owens and riding a skeleton down an icy course. It's located just on the southwest of downtown Colorado Springs, about 2.5 miles west of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Training Center. Operating hours are daily from the end of May through the end of September. October into May, the museum's closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Sunday to Friday. Saturday hours are 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ticket pricing is about $25 for adults, $15 for kids in summer, and then fall, winter, and spring, those prices each cut about $5 off each of those. They do offer discounts for seniors, military, and first responders, and college students are eligible for discounts, but you gotta show your ID in order to get those. It's a cashless facility, so don't show up with cash. You gotta have Visa or MasterCard or other credit cards in order to enter. The third place that you may or may not have visited in Colorado Springs is the U.S. Air Force Academy. This is an awesome facility. Technically, it's a military base. A lot of military bases are only open to active or retired military personnel, but anybody that is a valid U.S. citizen can access the military base. And so it's accessible and has all sorts of stuff that's available to citizens who are non-military, which is pretty unique as far as an official military base. So it's located on the Rampart Range, which is kind of the northwest side of Colorado Springs. Some areas open to the public or the visitor center. It's a 31,600 square foot facility. It's a gorgeous visitor center. Exhibits the cadet lifestyle and uniforms and model of the cadet chapel, which we'll talk about in a minute here. The chapel's under renovation, and it is an amazing project. There's a planetarium that is really cool and state-of-the-art that offers free shows Friday through Mondays. So primarily Fridays and then into the weekend. It's a super cool planetarium with seats that kick back, and it's an amazing show. They show all sorts of different stuff on the screen there that are pretty cool movies and provides an experience. Arnold Hall is open for visitors and serves meals. It's pretty darn good food, actually. The Cadet Chapel is under a restoration project, which has been for a couple years. It's scheduled to finish up in 2027. It is a $158 million project, which includes removing and cleaning the building's original 24,000 pieces of stained glass, which ended up being covered in, they were covered in asbestos, which tagged an additional $60 million onto this project. So it's well over $200 million to restore this incredible chapel, which was leaking like a sieve. It was leaking like crazy, old leaded glass and stuff like that. So they're restoring the pews, the two enormous organs to their original state in the chapel, and the repair of the 52,000 square foot building is erected. 150-foot square box around it is enclosed for years so they can work throughout the year and restore the building. So it's got 17 steel spires, and pretty much the entire building inside and out is going to be totally restored, and it'll finish up in a few years. You can grab a map from the visitor center for a self-guided tour around the academy. The Chapel Trail is a good short walk and has some good views. To get there, you go north of Colorado Springs and then use the North Gate exit. It's 156 off of Interstate 25. You gotta have valid IDs for anybody 18 and older, and inspection may be required. There's full military entrance there as far as checking people out who are visiting to make sure everybody's safe. And the visitor center hours are open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. The fourth thing that you might not know exists in Colorado Springs. We all know it's the Olympic City, but there's a training center that's pretty amazing. So the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Training Center is a world-class facility right in Colorado Springs, and a lot of people don't know that you can actually tour it. So you can go check it out yourself. It's a primary training facility for the U.S. Olympic team. It houses the active headquarters of the U.S. Olympic Committee, and the complex features state-of-the-art practice facilities for numerous competitive sports, including fencing, gymnastics, wrestling, shooting, swimming, track, cycling, and boxing. It accommodates thousands of Olympic athletes nationally, annually, and it has a visitor center as well. You can find detailed information about the training center and its role in preparing Olympic athletes for what they do to prepare to compete in the Olympics. And there you can tour with athletes. Many travelers recommend taking a guided tour, often led by athletes themselves, currently that are in training at the center, and provides a unique perspective. You can explore the complex on your own. Payment information: beware that Visa is the only credit card accepted at the training center. You can't even do MasterCard or other credit cards, and cash is not accepted, just like the museum that we talked about. Cash isn't an option. So it's located in central Colorado Springs, about 2.5 miles southwest of the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Museum. So it's basically just east of downtown Colorado Springs. Operating hours are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And there are 4 times typically run every year on the hour, specific times varying by season. Check the website for most up-to-date information. Admission's $15 for adults, $11 for kids ages 5 to 12, $13 for seniors and members of the military, teachers and first responders. Children age 4 and under are free. The cost of the tour is included in the admission fee. The fifth thing we'll cover is an outdoor experience at the Red Rock Canyon Open Space. This is an outstanding city park. It's located 4 miles northwest of downtown Colorado Springs, just out Highway 24. So as if you're headed out toward Woodland Park or coming just past Old Colorado City is the area that you're in. So it boasts rust-colored rocks akin to Arizona and Utah, super red soil and rock formations. Historical significance, the Red Rocks Canyon history dates back 7,000 years BC. In the late 1800s, it played a role in refining ore from the nearby gold mines. In the 20th century, it was actually considered for a potential vacation resort. I'm glad they didn't do that because it's a park you can enjoy yourself now. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been so much unless you pay for a resort. In 2003, the city of Colorado Springs purchased the land and opened it to the public. It features striking red cliffs and miles of hiking and biking trails. Visitors love the park's stunning rock formations and less crowded trails compared to Garden of the Gods. And it does not cost anything, just like Garden of the Gods. There's no fee for enjoying the park. You can do rock scrambling there, so park goers love scrambling on the rocks. Permits are required for technical rock climbing, and climbing above 10 feet off the ground is illegal without a permit. Operating hours are during the summer, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. between May 1st and October 31st, and then it closes at 9 p.m. for the rest of the year. And there's, again, no admission fee, just some hours for everybody's safety. The trail improvement projects, they do a pretty good job keeping it up. Several trail improvement projects are going with the completion of expected fall of 2023. So they're just tweaking things up and they keep it in great shape, which may lead to some closures of trails during that time frame. So watch out for that if you're going to go check it out. The sixth thing to check out in Colorado Springs is an area of town that's iconic called Old Colorado City, which is just adjacent to what we just talked about as far as Red Rocks Canyon. It's originally the capital of Colorado Territory, and Old Colorado City was founded in 1859, so it's pretty steeped in history. It was annexed by Colorado Springs in 1917, so it's within the city limits of Colorado Springs. It's got the Wild West feel, so it's kind of got that old Colorado historic district, and it maintains its 19th century Wild West ambiance. It's got quaint shops and art galleries, really good local restaurants. The district's historic buildings now house locally owned art galleries and charming shops and fine family restaurants. There's really good food down there. It's got kind of laid-back charm as visitors appreciate the district's relaxed and friendly atmosphere. And there's a First Friday art walk, which you can enjoy. That doesn't cost anything. Galleries remain open until 8 p.m. on the first Friday of each month. You go down there and check out the art galleries. It's just kind of a fun, free activity to do. It's a pretty quick visit because it's super close to town. A few hours are sufficient to explore the Old Colorado City area. You don't need too much time. It's kind of a walkable, a few blocks in a radius. It's conveniently located for a stop before or after visiting nearby Garden of the Gods or Red Rocks Canyon, which is just across the highway, which we just talked about. Old Colorado City is located between West Colorado Avenue and Highway 24 near Vermejo Park. The seventh thing that people don't know about in Colorado Springs, many people don't know about, is the Colorado Springs Pioneers Museum. Housed in the early 20th century, El Paso County Courthouse. It's got a captivating journey through the city's history, and there's some historic evolution there. Artifacts and photographs allow visitors to trace the transformation of Colorado Springs from a mining town to a renowned tourist destination. There's informative displays. Despite the size, the museum impresses visitors, particularly history enthusiasts, with its informative displays. It's family friendly. Families can enjoy the attraction due to its kid-friendly exhibits and activities. It's got a working 1917 Otis elevator. It's a highlight for many visitors who love history. It's an old birdcage style elevator. It's kind of super cool artifact within the museum. It's situated in the heart of Colorado Springs. Operating hours are 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesdays through Saturdays, so don't try to go on Sunday or Monday. And admissions, they offer guided tours that are available on Saturdays at 11 a.m. And there's actually free admission, so it doesn't cost anything to tour the museum. The eighth thing you might not know to check out in Colorado Springs, especially because it's privately owned on private property, but you can visit it, is the Glen Eyrie Castle. It's a super cool property that's nestled on 700 acres of land. It's serene and picturesque property. It was originally built by General William Jackson Palmer, the founder of Colorado Springs. It's an incredible canyon. It's kind of like a private Garden of the Gods is what it feels like. There's some really cool, very similar rock structures, just like Garden of the Gods. But this one happens to be privately owned, but you can go visit it. So let's talk about that. The historic transformation castle was originally a family house built in the late 1800s. It was later remodeled into the splendid castle that you see today. Its current ownership is owned by the Navigators, which is a Christian ministry. And they own and operate the castle, but again, you can have access to it and visit it during the day. There's a bookstore and a little cafe in there that has really good sandwiches. It's primarily used nowadays as a conference and event space. It's open to visitors, even if you're not attending an event. There are guided tours. It's a 90-minute guided tour that's available to delve into the castle's history, the Navigators' history, and as an organization, and the surrounding landscape. People love the castle's architecture and scenic setting. It's a gorgeous canyon. There's afternoon tea. Guests can enjoy afternoon tea, which includes delectable desserts and freshly brewed tea. There's a gift shop there on the premises where you can find souvenirs and Christian books. You can actually have overnight accommodations there. The castle boasts 17 guest rooms, which you can pay to stay in. All of them are elegantly appointed with king or queen size beds, beautiful wallpaper and wood furnishings. It's kind of that classic castle appeal. Overnight guests have access to hiking trails, board games, and outdoor games. Breakfast is included in the overnight accommodations. There's lodge rooms there. The castle offers premier lodge rooms for guests 14 or older, and minors will need to be accompanied by an adult, so watch out for that as far as using those. Admission fees. Tickets for a guided castle tour are $12 a person if you want to do that. An afternoon tea is available for only $36 per person from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. But it's important to note, if you tell them, and with integrity, that you're just going to check out the cafe and the little bookstore there, you don't have to pay anything. So you can just tell them that. There's a little guard shack there, and just tell them you're there to visit, and it doesn't cost anything to do that. The ninth thing you might want to check out just west of Colorado Springs is Cave of the Winds, just outside of city limits of Colorado Springs. So it's cave formation that's captivating limestone caverns. They claim it began forming over 70 million years ago, according to their time frame, as the ancient seas receded, they say. It's a tourist attraction since 1881. Visitors have come to the caves to marvel at the crystallized stalactites and stalagmites that have been formed over the countless millennia. According to the attraction, most recently, Cave of the Winds Mountain Bike Park has expanded to include obstacle courses, zip lines, climbing walls, gemstone panning, twisty adventure slides, and a 40-mile-an-hour aerial ride that swings out across the canyon. It's pretty cool. Visitor recommendations to you are the recent visitors recommended wearing sturdy shoes for tours due to uneven ground and stairs. So you gotta be ambulatory in order to tour the property a bit, and you gotta be able to crouch down, to duck under rock formations and that type of thing. For outdoor attractions, families can enjoy hours of adventure, but beware that lines can be slow and take a long time during peak summer months as people and tourists are coming and lots of people are visiting. They do lantern tours, an especially fun way to explore the caves by lantern, which are guided by engaging storytellers who share not only the cavern's history, but also spooky ghost stories. Cave of the Winds Mountain Park. I think I said mountain bike park earlier. That's just me as a former mountain biker. So the mountain park is situated 10 miles northwest of Colorado Springs, kind of right out to the west off of Highway 24. And just north of Manitou Springs, 3 miles north of Red Rock Canyon open space. The park is open every day of the year except Christmas. Operating hours vary by season, so you want to check out the website. Tour costs, there's a family-friendly Discovery Cave tour that's priced at $27 for people over 13, $18 for children 4 to 12, and the Haunted Lantern Tour is $34 for 13-year-olds, $24 for ages 8 to 12, It's not recommended for kids under 8 because it can be a little scary in the dark. They offer Pioneer packages, including the entry ride on each of the above ground attractions, and available at $25 per person. But the gemstone panning is not included in this package. The 10th attraction is the National Museum of World War II Aviation. Aviation history is all about this exhibit. So it's detailed exhibits that vividly trace the evolution and significance of aviation. It's a strong focus on American aviators' role before and during World War II. There are restored aircraft. You can marvel if you go and check it out at a collection of 20 meticulously restored aircraft, including iconic planes like the P-47 Thunderbolt and the P-38 Lightning. There's military vehicles there. The museum's collection also encompasses select military cars and trucks, providing a broader perspective of that era. And there's pretty good visitor feedback from things I've seen. I haven't actually been there, to be honest with you, but I've just researched it a little bit. And visitors love the opportunity to get up close to historic aircraft. People love the aircraft there, especially aviators, of course. There are guided tours, where self-guided tours is an option. Museum goers highly recommend an option for a guided tour led by a passionate and knowledgeable World War II aviation expert and or vet who can show you around and give you a little more information that you wouldn't know if you didn't know. There's docent-led tours. These are informative tours that cost $5. That's pretty affordable. They're available 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 1:30 p.m. on a daily basis. The restoration facility tour included in the museum fee. It's a tour of the Westpac Restoration Facility, offering a glimpse of experts restoring aircraft in their workshops, how they do what they do in restoring those things. The museum opens daily from 10 a.m. and closes at 5 p.m. Tickets cost $17 for adults. There's a discount available for seniors, kids, and military members. And for, of course, World War II veterans receive free admission. For cost savings, it's advised to purchase tickets on the museum's website in advance. You can get those for a little less versus just showing up and buying them on location. It's situated about 10 miles east of downtown Colorado Springs, located next to the Colorado Springs Airport. The 11th thing you might not know about is the Western Museum of Mining and Industry in Colorado Springs. Discover the gold rush history is what this is all about. Provides insight into Colorado Springs history as a gold rush mining town, showcases the challenges and resources of that era. They have interactive exhibits, including mining industry exhibits like Model Mine Drift that allows you to experience the cramped conditions miners faced underground, which was pretty hardcore. Gold panning, you have the opportunity to try your hand at gold panning, gaining first-hand experience of the effort required to unearth precious metals and how they accomplish that. There are guided tours. Optional guided tours are educational and suitable for all ages, offering a deeper understanding of the mining history. There's historic machinery there that's fascinating as well. Knowledgeable guides activate historical machines, allowing you to witness their operation and the critical role they played in mining in that era. Some machines can be loud, so consider bringing earplugs or headphones if you need to. It's at a convenient location, just approximately 15 miles north of Colorado Springs near the Air Force Academy. It's right up on the north side of town. Operating hours, the museum opens Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It offers complimentary tours 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. during those time frames. Admission is $12 for adults, and there's discounts available for seniors, students age 13 and older, and children between 4 and 12. Children age 3 and under are free, and gold panning is included in the admission fee. The 12th thing to check out that you may or may not be aware of in Colorado Springs is one of my favorite attractions in Colorado Springs, which is the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. This is an outstanding, family-friendly zoo. It's an ideal experience for families and animal enthusiasts, of course. It's located just south of Colorado Springs, kind of on the southwest side of Colorado Springs. And it's the unique topography of this zoo is it's nestled in Cheyenne Canyon, right on kind of a hillside. So the zoo boasts stunning views back into town, and the people love the ambiance of this zoo. There are close animal encounters. You can get up close to hundreds of animals, offering memorable opportunities to interact with furry, scaly, and feathered creatures. The giraffe feeding is a standout feature and one of my favorite zoo experiences ever. So you get the chance to feed giraffes for a fee. You can pay to additional money once you're inside to get some food. And it's a favorite activity for anybody who goes to the zoo, mentions the giraffe facility, because you're up on an elevated boardwalk with the giraffes at head level. So you're 18 feet in the air, right at the head level of the giraffes, and you're right there, and their heads are massive, their jaws and their tongues come licking out at you. It's totally awesome. So you totally need to check that out. They have a chairlift ride, and it provides a unique chairlift style experience that takes you over the facility and takes you up the hill a little bit, because it's a steep hill that you climb. So there is an additional fee for that if you want to take their little chairlift. It's pretty hilly. Like I said, it's on a slope on a hill, so you get some good exercise as you're going up and down the hill, looking at animals. So remember that for young kids and visitors. You got to be prepared. You're climbing up and down the whole time. The zoo admission includes access to the Will Rogers Shrine of the Sun, which is located over a mile northwest of the zoo's entrance, which has killer views of Colorado Springs and Pikes Peak. It's a pretty cool tower and a really unique building just above the property there. Location and hours: it's open every day throughout the year from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Timed tickets must be purchased in advance, so you can actually show up, I think, and buy tickets there, but kind of left over from COVID, you needed to buy tickets in advance. So the ticket pricing varies depending on the season and time and day, so you want to check the website. Adult admission during peak times are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from late May through September is about $35 for an adult, so it adds up if you're taking your family there. While children 3 to 11 are a little cheaper at $30. Slightly reduced rates are available during other times of the year, and they do like a Halloween celebration and kind of Halloween and Christmas light celebration, so they do a few other things. So there's 12 things, hopefully some of them you weren't aware of in Colorado Springs and the greater Colorado Springs area to check out. Hope this will provide value to you. I'd love to hear about 15 more that I missed in this video, or another video you'd love to hear about, and other topics and locations and cool stuff. I don't claim to know anything I don't know, and so I would love to hear about anything that I missed. So reach out by text, call, or email. Engage with me in any way that you want to. I'm excited to hear from you, love to engage, and I want to provide value in these videos for stuff that you may not know about. So thanks for hanging in there with me. I'll see you in the next video.